All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. And today, oh boy, do we have a story for you.
Buckle up, folks, because this one's a wild ride.
Okay, so picture this. You're browsing a garage sale on a lazy Saturday afternoon.
Sun's shining, birds are chirping.
Exactly. And you spot this kind of dusty old painting propped up in a corner.
Yeah, the kind probably tucked behind a stack of old records and a slightly rusty lawnmower.
And the price tag reads $5, maybe 10 tops.
A steal, right?
You decide, why not? It might look nice in the guest room.
Little do you know you've just stumbled upon a lost masterpiece.
An authentic Van Gogh worth millions.
Millions with an M.
This isn't some made-up tale, folk. This actually happened.
Happened right here in the good old USA in Minnesota, no less.
A Minnesota resident snagged this painting at a garage sale for $50. And get this.
It turned out to be a real deal Van Gogh worth a cool $15 million.
$15 million. Can you imagine?
The kind of discovery that makes you question every dusty knickknack you've ever walked past.
Right. Seriously, I'm already planning a weekend trip to every garage sale in a 5-mile radius.
But hey, before you go raiding your grandma's attic, let's break down this incredible story in the wild world of lost art.
So let's rewind for a second. This Minnesota resident buys this painting, right, thinking it's probably just a pretty picture.
Maybe something to spruce up the living room, who knows?
But something about it sparks their curiosity.
Maybe it was the brush strokes, maybe the way the light hit the canvas, but they had a hunch.
So they decide to do a little digging.
They took the painting to an art expert heart, probably pounding in their chest.
And after a thorough examination and probably a few gasps of disbelief, the expert confirms it.
A genuine Vincent van Gogh.
Talk about a life-changing garage sale find.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me, at least the whole authentication process.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
How can you even tell for sure that a painting that's been tucked away for who knows how long is the real deal?
It's like detective work meets art history. You see, every artist, especially a master like Van Gogh, has a unique style, a certain way. They apply paint a signature in their brushstrokes.
Like a fingerprint?
Precisely. Experts can analyze those brushstrokes, compare them to known Van Gogh works, and spot the telltale signs of authenticity.
So it's not just about the pretty picture, it's about understanding the artist's hand.
Right, and it goes beyond just looking at the surface. They'll examine the materials too, the canvas, the type of paint the pigments use.
I guess you can't just slap some acrylics on a piece of canvas and call it a Van Gogh, right?
Not quite. Van Gogh and artists of his time used specific materials and techniques, so experts can analyze those to see if they match up with what Van Gogh would have used.
It's like science meets art.
And in some cases, they'll even use X-rays or infrared imaging.
Whoa, high tech.
It allows them to see beneath the surface of the painting, look for underdrawings or alterations that can provide clues about its history.
So they're basically peeling back layers of time.
Exactly, trying to uncover the secrets hidden within the artwork itself.
That's incredible. And speaking of hidden things, this Van Gogh was probably missing for years, right? Decades even.
It makes you wonder how many other masterpieces are out there just waiting to be rediscovered.
It's mind-boggling to think about all that lost art.
Well, you might be surprised to learn that hundreds of masterpieces are still missing.
Hundreds.
We're talking works by Picasso, Monet, even more Van Goghs floating around somewhere in the world.
That's insane. What happens to these paintings? How do they just disappear?
Well, there are a few ways this can happen. Sometimes they're stolen. Art theft is a big problem.
Yeah, I've seen those heist movies.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes wars and conflicts can lead to displacement and loss. Imagine, fleeing your home with just a few belongings and a precious painting gets left behind.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
And then there are cases of simple oversight.
What, like someone just forgets they have a Van Gogh in the attic?
It happens more often than you'd think. A painting gets passed down through generations. Its value forgotten or mistaken for a copy.
So it's sitting there gathering dust while being worth millions.
Sometimes literally gathering dust.
This Minnesota story just blows my mind. It makes you wonder what else is out there right under our noses.
Absolutely. Every antique shop, every flea market could be hiding a treasure trove.
Okay, but let's get back to our lucky Minnesotan. What happens next for them? I mean, they're sitting on a $15 million painting.
Well, they've got some exciting options. They could sell it at auction, obviously.
Yeah, I bet collectors would be lining up for that one.
Oh, for sure. That painting could easily fetch a record-breaking price.
Or they could donate it to a museum, right?
Oh.
Let the world enjoy it.
That's a possibility, too. It would be an incredible gift to the art world and to the public.
Imagine strolling through your favorite museum and boom, there it is, the garage sale Van Gogh.
And then there's the option of tracing its provenance.
Provenance.
It's basically the painting's history of ownership, like a family tree for art.
Oh, so figuring out who owned it before, how it ended up at that garage sale.
Exactly. It's like solving a historical puzzle. You can connect the painting to different collectors' galleries, maybe even uncover fascinating stories about its journey through time.
It's amazing to think that a single painting can have such a rich history.
And sometimes that history can be pretty dramatic, thefts, forgeries, lost and found tales.
It's like a movie waiting to happen, but not all lost art stories have such a happy ending, do they?
Sadly, no. Sometimes the ownership of a painting is contested.
What, like someone else claims it's theirs?
Exactly. It can happen if a painting was stolen or sold without proper documentation.
So then it becomes a legal battle.
It can get very messy. Museums and auction houses are very careful these days. They do extensive provenance research to avoid getting caught up in ownership disputes.
Makes sense. You don't want to buy a masterpiece only to have it seized by the authorities.
Right. There have been high-profile cases where paintings have been returned to their rightful owners, sometimes decades after they went missing.
Wow. So even if you find a lost masterpiece, it's not a guaranteed windfall.
It highlights the importance of understanding the ethical and legal side of the art world.
It's a good reminder that behind every beautiful painting, there's a story, and sometimes it's a story full of twists and turns.
And you never know what secrets are hiding just around the corner.
So next time you're at a flea market or an antique shop, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you might find.
Who knows? Maybe there's a hidden Van Gogh just waiting to be discovered.
Well, folks,